Producer Millian here. Welcome back to this vlog. Thank you for hanging out with me. Just wanted to share a couple things about my experience doing voiceover work and what I've learned thus far. I've been at this officially as a voiceover artist for about 2 years now. I'm going into my second year, so into it now. And before that, I've been in radio for about 15 years. So going through radio and internet radio and then podcasting and now just officially voiceover. So that's just been kind of a quick overview of what I've done. So I'm not really new to the world of just voice work, but in this regard, this is something new for me. I set up in a home studio. So I had some space in my house, which as you can see back here, we built out, we retrofitted and made into my studio. And on the wall you see there's some sound panels and foam, I should say. There is sound foam that I attempt to block some of the sound out with, and that doesn't work. And the reason I say that is because where I'm situated, number one, I am near a municipal airport, so that is no good. And apparently every police helicopter, every airplane, every new pilot that's taken their lessons or whatever, every single one of them obviously schedule the same time that I have to do recording. I don't know how they do it, they just manage to do it. Like it could be, like right now it is like quiet, there's nothing going on. But if I were to open that microphone, a helicopter shows up. I guess the government is spying on me. They just know when I start to work and they just like to mess with me. That's the best I could tell. So you figure, if you're in a neighborhood, you'd say, oh, you know, birds chirp. See a big truck going by, hear that? That's, microphones pick that up. Birds chirping, kids playing, and you know, all that stuff. You say, that's beautiful atmosphere, it's a beautiful sound. It is. Just not when you're a voiceover artist. Why? Because the microphone picks that all up. So I had this thing where as I'm recording, I have to keep like stopping and waiting and restarting, and I lose a lot of time that way. So if you're ever going to set up in your house for whatever reason, or anywhere for that matter, you need to find somewhere that's really, really quiet. And some of the best places to do it that I've heard are in closets where there's a lot of clothes hanging because that acts as a sound barrier. And surprisingly, if you want to record in your car, in your garage when all the windows and doors are closed, because that's pretty sound tight from what I understand. My thing is that I forgot to tell you since I'm at it. Across the street from me, I have a lady that's got three German Shepherds. My neighbor over here, another German Shepherd. And guess what German Shepherds like to do? Bark! And they're loud. And the microphones pick that up. So needless to say, it's been a bit of a journey with trying to get through a lot of this and just trying to learn my workflow. Now, you know, this is a neighborhood. Obviously, they have the right to have a dog and people drive by. You know, I don't expect the world to change for me. It just gets frustrating. And I have to come up with a solution. Now, I have been super blessed over this last year and a half of doing work and doing voiceover, where I managed to save some money and put some things aside. I had to put a little bit on a credit card, but I am buying a whisper room, which is an isolation booth, which is going to be 3x5. It's going to go here in my studio, and when I get it up and running, I will show it to you. I'm super excited about it. I mean, the sound panels do a little bit, kind of where the microphone back there is positioned, and it kind of works. It's just I need something. You hear the dog barking? Yeah, that's that one. That's that one over there. I know they're barks because I usually get really irritated. And the funny part is at 3 in the morning, they're going, they're barking, they're doing their thing. So it just never ends. 3, 4 at night. Who's flying an airplane? But apparently someone is. Yeah, it's been a battle. I gotta tell you. And it's been a lot of nights where I get really irritated and just don't know what to do. So the whisper room is my answer, and I know it doesn't block out every single noise, but I'm hoping that it'll reduce it to the point where I could at least work during the day. And for the longest time I was working overnights, like starting at about 9 or 10 at night and work until about 3 or 4. And then I tried a new schedule where I get up at 4 or 5 in the morning and work until you know, maybe 3 or 4 in the afternoon. So just putting in a full work day and then sleeping, like going to bed maybe 9 o'clock. So I was trying out some different things, and that's the schedule I'm on now, getting up super early in the morning. And the main reason I haven't recorded in the morning is because there's all the noises and I got a very noisy neighborhood. So in about 3 to 4 weeks, the whisper room is going to be delivered. I don't know when. They said they're backlogged, so I'm waiting to hear an official day for delivery and when I can get this thing up and running. And then they say 2 people with a cordless drill can set it up in about 2 hours, which means for me about 4 days. So I have no clue how long that's going to take me to get set up and get up and running. And then from what I'm told, you got to kind of acoustically treat it to get it right where you want it. So it's going to be a long journey, but it's you got to keep working towards your goal. And sometimes when you're in business, you want to just get everything perfect right from the start, and you just can't do that. You got to grow into stuff. And I've been fortunate where from the time I started until now, I started with just a room, and now I'm actually in a built studio, which is nice. I started with a $50 microphone, and now I'm up to something a little more professional, including all some other gear, a new computer, and different things that I have here. And now just going from an open room with a lot of acoustics in it and a noisy neighborhood to a whisper room. So you can't start at the top. You got to remember that. Anything you do in business or voiceover, you got to pay some dues. You got to kind of make your bones a little bit, which is what I've been doing for a while. Not only in this, but just in business and radio and podcasting in general for well over a decade. So it's about time this is finally coming together for me, and I'm excited. So when the Whisper Room comes in, I will give you a tour of it. I'll show you what it looks like, how it's all set up, and then you can continue on the journey with me. So anytime, hit me up on my website, Twitter, whatever. There's a subscribe button somewhere around here. I don't know. Just look for it. It's a big red button. Just hit the subscribe. You'll find it. And you can be kept updated on all these videos and go on the journey with me. So, Producer Millian, I'm out. I'll see you next time.